Hey folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm in the mood to do some crocheting, so I'm hoping this is in frame. Hopefully you can see this, what I'm doing. This is the curtain that I've been working on for a while for my doorway. I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna work on it. Might as well do some recording so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because I know I'm always talking, I was always talking about it and talking about my curtains all the time, and well, this is it. It's a very simple, very simple pattern. And this whole thing is like, it's a whole bunch of different colors, of course. And yeah, I needed to take a break from diamond painting. The diamond painting I'm currently working on, that I just started, it is so confetti heavy. Oh my goodness, is it ever confetti heavy. Oh, it's got 30 colors, and yeah, it's making me wish that I 3, 4, 5, making me wish that I had a tray tower system, because that would be very handy, because I'm constantly switching colors, just boom boom boom, like going from like one color to the next, and it's like there's like 2 or 3 of each of one drill, and I move on to another color and there's like 6, move on to another color and there's like probably like 20, and then another color and there's like 4. Yeah, so the sections I'm doing are a decent size, bigger than the release paper, than a single sheet of release paper, that's for sure. And there's a lot of I don't know if it's 310 or 939. Yeah, I don't know, but it's sitting over there. I'm actually using my cover minders to keep the release papers on in place, because normally I have the canvas just sitting on my workstation here, and I don't bother with covering it up if I'm like in the middle of doing a section. But because I'm crocheting and working with yarn, and little bits of yarn end up like everywhere when I don't know why, it just happens. Little tiny bits of yarn, like fluff or whatever, end up all over my clothes when I'm knitting or crocheting, especially crocheting. So I decided, what the heck, I'll use cover them with the release papers, and then put the cover minders on to keep the release papers in place. And well, I've only got 3 cover minders, so and I'm using all 3 because I finished the Dreamcatcher Wolf earlier today, and so then I kitted it. I finished it while watching Jill's live, and then I kitted it down during her live, and I kitted up a partial called Country Charm during her live. and then my friend from Colorado messaged me, and she's like, yeah, this one particular canvas is for my son. And I'm like, oh, well, this one? And I took a picture of the thumbnail, and she's like, yeah. And it turns out it's Butterfly Lady. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get started on that right away. I had actually just started working on the Country Charm, which is a chicken. It's a chicken with very colorful tail feathers. So I got the chicken's beak, wattle, and comb done, and then I covered the rest of the head with release paper held in place with a cover minder, and then set it aside. And then I got the washi tape out, and I washied up the border of Butterfly Lady, and then I put the release papers down, and then I got to work on her. And oh my god, the confetti! Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get it done because of the confetti. I'm gonna get frustrated with it, and after working on it for a while, and then I'm gonna set it aside and be like, yeah, I need something else to work on. So yeah, and I haven't worked on this in a while. It's been like 2-3 weeks, something like that, since I worked on it. Well, I worked on it for like a couple minutes here and a couple minutes there in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I've been, ever since I got that box from my PETA, my friend in Colorado. I've been diamond painting, and I counted out how many diamond paintings I still have to do that are not kitted up. I got the 2 massive ones, and then I've got 5 from her and my 4 new ones. So, and I talked with her about my mailing issue, my postal issue, and because Temu will not deliver to a P.O. box here, so they will so I talked with PETA, my friend PETA, and she said she's totally fine with it. So I will be changing my mailing address, my shipping address with Temu to her address, and so it'll cost less to have my stuff shipped to her. And so yeah, I'll get my stuff shipped to her, and then like every 3 months she's gonna send me a package. She'll ship it like a week or 2 before I get my GST. So every 3 months, when I get my GST, I can pay for the duty and taxes. And by doing it that way, it's still going to be cheaper. Yeah, it'll be way cheaper by doing it that way. Because I said to her, then that way I'll actually be able to order diamond paintings from Raven Diamond Art and Rokari. I don't know how much shipping to Canada would cost from Rokari. I haven't looked into it yet, or I might have and just can't remember. But I know the shipping costs for Raven Diamond Art is $75. The same with Diamond Art Club. $75. Now I don't know what the shipping cost is to ship in the States, because I'm not in the States. But I'm pretty sure it's way less than $75. But this way, I can order stuff off of Etsy. I can order stuff from anywhere and just have it shipped to her, and then she could just throw it into a box with whatever she's going to be shipping to me, and send it my way. Because either way, I still have to pay something on it. Yeah. plus that way too, like I can afford to slip in a little gift for her every now and then as well. So, yeah. I'm excited. That way she can ship the stuff to my P.O. box, which is just it's a P.O. box address, but it's not an so it goes to the post office, but it's through Flex Delivery. So that way, when a package arrives for me, the post office just notifies me. Although she always gives me the tracking number, so I keep a close eye on it on their website or on the app. So then I know, okay, it's going to be in tomorrow. Okay, cool. And then I'm just constantly checking my phone for a notification that it's been delivered, and then I'll just run over there and pick it up. And that way my bonus mom is not stressing out over over me receiving packages in the mail. Because she won't know about them. Unless it's like a really big package and I have to borrow the truck to go over to the post office to pick it up. Yeah. Plus, I've got packages that I have to ship out as well, that I gotta mail away. Next payday, I am definitely sending Mushy her package. And I'm going to have another package to send to PETA in Colorado, which is going to include that little tiny horse diamond painting that I did. It is a custom of her horse called Luna. I know I've mentioned it in a previous video or two. I did work on it in a video. Did a whip and chat of working on it. I was going to work on it until it was done in that video, but I ended up so darn tired. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I couldn't stop yawning. Just could not stop yawning. So I ended the video and went to bed. And then finished it the next day. Because, yeah, 15 by 20 centimeters? Yeah, that's the snack size. That's the smallest, honestly, that's the smallest canvas I've ever worked on. Ever. Until I work on these coasters, then those will be the smallest ever. But they're not really a canvas, though. They're kind of like, I don't know what they're made of, like wood or something. But yeah, she's gonna order me some cat coasters to do diamond painting to diamond paint, and I'm gonna do these 2 coasters and send them back to her. She's like, you can have them if you, I'll take them back if you don't have a use for them. I'm like, well, how about a set of cat coasters for me to do, and I'll do these 2 and send them back to you. And she's like, deal. Yeah. I'm hoping that I'm able to get a good chunk of these diamond paintings done for her before her eyesight gets too bad for her to be able to enjoy seeing them. Because, well, that's the biggest reason why why she and I have this arrangement. Because, yeah, her eyesight is going on her. It's not good. And she's got all of these diamond paintings that she has ordered, and they're just they're just like collecting dust at her place. And that happens pretty quickly when you live on a farm. And you've got a lot of dogs. So, yeah, we met on a Facebook group, her Facebook page. And she's like, well, this is my situation. I'm like, yeah, well, my situation, I can't afford, like, at the time I couldn't afford more than like one or two diamond paintings a month. And well, and that's like small ones, like a 30 by 40 or a 30 by 30. And I just don't, I'm not a big fan of doing those that size because of how fast I am with working on them. Like, I can do a 30 by 40 or a 30 by 30 in like a day and a half to 2 days. Or like I can spend, like, I can do a small section. I can work on it for like an hour a day. But then I got to find other things to do. And at that point in time, that meant a lot of YouTube videos or playing games on my phone or both. Nowadays, I'm still a lot of YouTube videos, but a lot of those YouTube videos that I'm watching are other diamond painters. And then I'm also making my own YouTube videos to share with all you lovely people out there. And but like I need content. I need stuff to do in the videos to show you guys. Oh my goodness, that buzz scared me. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, well, I'll make you a deal. You send me the diamond paintings, I'll do them, and I'll send them back. And like once you have them back, you can like seal them, frame them, keep them, give them away, sell them, whatever. And if you sell them, the money that you make from selling them, you can use that to buy more and to ship them to me. And I'll do them, and I'll film myself doing them. That gives me it gives me content to share with you guys, and and also by shipping it back, it's not taking up space in my place because I am in a small place. I'm in a fifth wheel, so I have limited space. And she's like, cool, yeah, that definitely works. Yeah, I think when we met, I think she was worried that she was never going to get them finished because, like, I think she worked on the same diamond painting for like 4 or 5 months and still, like, had it maybe half finished. And she's like, well, if I send it to you, can you finish it and then send it back? I'm like, yeah, sure. So it was within this box with all of the other ones that she sent me. Unfortunately, the canvas had gotten really damaged in transport. It got really damaged, unfortunately, and there was no way that I could fix it. So, and I told her, yeah, I'm really sorry, but I had to throw it away because it was so badly damaged. There was no fixing it. Because I did try. I tried. But I had to throw it out. And she's like, oh, it's really too bad because my husband bought it for me and asked me to do it for him. I was like, oh, no. Because I've been trying to find that exact canvas. And I had come across it in the past several times on Temu. But then when I was actively looking for it on Temu, yeah, no way. Nope, couldn't find it at all. And then I found this other one, similar, well, not really similar, but it was a Lady in the Tramp canvas, a specific one. And I came across a different Lady in the Tramp one that I thought was even cuter because it's got like a pink heart behind them. And I'm like, well, what about this one instead? And she's like, no, it's got to be this one in particular. And I was like, oh, okay. But she found it, she said she ordered it from Walmart, I think. and it's being shipped to me, or it's coming here or something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her to look into that. But yeah, once it gets here, like I'll have to pick it up from Walmart, and then I'll bring it home and I'll get it done. So yeah, and then it can get back to her to give to her husband. Because yeah, she receives them, and then she seals. I don't know if she seals them or her caregiver seals them, helps her seal them, or her husband seals them and then frames them. But I know he frames them, and any of the ones that he frames and they sell, she splits the money with him so that he can afford to buy the supplies for framing them. Yeah. So to me, it's a win-win-win situation. Yeah. And yeah, because I love doing diamond paintings. I love having diamond paintings that I can actually do, and I can work on them or not, and not have to worry. Not have to worry about running out and not having any diamond paintings to do. And now that I'm doing cross stitch, I've got a cross stitch as well that I'm working on, and I got more coming in the mail. They should be here actually any day now. There have been no updates over the weekend, which is odd. Yeah, it's odd that there have been no updates over the weekend. But yeah, I'm gonna be seriously pissed if this package ends up mysteriously disappearing too. Cause oh god, yeah. Cause this particular package, it's got 4 cross stitch kits in it, and I know Lola is eagerly awaiting my package this particular package to arrive, because she and I both ordered the same the same cross stitch of a cat with a butterfly, and so she got hers, I think on Friday. I think she got her package, her canvases, her cross stitch kits on Friday. And so yeah, now I'm just waiting for mine, and then we're gonna work on those, on the cross stitch on the kitty cats at the same time. So yeah, I'm excited, looking forward to getting these other cross stitch kits. I've been adding more cross stitch kits to my shopping list with Temu. Yeah. So yay! So I've got more projects that I can work on instead of just diamond paintings, or as well as diamond paintings. And yeah, like if you remember from my big unboxing, my friend Peta, she also gave me a bunch of yarn, and I got the yarn all sorted out, because some of it I can use to make dishcloths with, because it's cotton. And yeah, the majority of it I can use for this curtain. Yay, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting this finished, this curtain, and then hanging it up. Yeah, it's gonna look really cool. I know my dad's he's gonna roll his eyes, shake his head. Oh, why would you do something like that? I am so tired of trying to explain myself to him. I am so tired of trying to explain myself to him. Why I do the things that I do. It's just, it's just who I am. It's how I am. It's my life, the way and it's the way I choose to live my life, right? And I've tried explaining so much, so many times to him, and he doesn't understand because it's not something that he can wrap his head around, because it's not his life. It's way different from his lifestyle. Like, for him, if he's in pain, he's just like, suck it up, buttercup, and push through the pain. Well, I cannot do that. I have, well, certain pain I can. I can push through certain pain. Other pains, no, I can't. If I try to push through, it gets worse until the point where I become debilitated. It becomes debilitating. I become incapacitated. That's what I meant. Yes, I end up in so much pain that I am physically incapable of doing anything. It's like he wants me to get a job working in one of these fast food joints that are around me, and like, sure, I could go and I could get a job at one of those places, part-time, which is like 4 hours, like I could work. Well, it's legally part-time is 4 hours, right? I definitely cannot do 4 hours. Some places, yeah, they'll hire you part-time and you'll work like a couple of hours. You could do like a couple of hours here, a couple hours there. I nowadays cannot even do a couple of hours. I would end up in so much pain that if I was actually able to get back home under my own steam, I would not be able to do anything around here. I wouldn't be able to stand in front of my sink and do dishes. I wouldn't be able to stand in the shower to shower myself and clean myself. I wouldn't be able to stand in front of the stove and cook. I probably wouldn't even be able to bend over to reach into my cupboard and pull out like my air fryer or slow cooker or even a rice cooker or any of that stuff to cook with. I'd be lucky if I'd be able to even lift any of that stuff because of the way my hands are. I'd probably drag myself home and crawl into bed and then just lay in bed crying because I'm in so much pain. I do have pain meds, but even pain meds, the pain meds that I've got, they might take the edge off the pain, but I would still be in a fair bit of pain. And yeah, and so I can't do it. I've told my dad several times I am not able to do I am not physically capable of doing manual labor jobs. I'm just not. And he's like, well, then find a job where a desk job. Well, yeah, okay. I've tried looking for a desk job. I don't have the qualifications. I don't have the training. I don't have like the certification to do desk jobs, certain desk jobs. I have some experience with certain types of desk jobs, but a lot of these jobs require, like, a lot of them require certification. Not all, but a lot. I know there are some businesses out there that are willing to train, sure. I know there are a lot of businesses that will hire you to work from home. Yeah, okay. But I'm not having any success in finding these friggin' jobs. And, so, yeah, I'm frustrated about that. And, also, I have a tendency of procrastinating. So, yeah. Taking my sweet precious time. Plus, I'm really focused on my videos and trying to get to the bottom of my sleeping issue. I'm still waiting for an email from the sleep clinic, and then I gotta talk with my parents about making arrangements for getting down there for the sleep clinic. And and I was given the option of 2 different cities. Which one would I prefer to go to for the sleep clinic? And I chose the one where my ex-boyfriend lives. Because, like, I could always pop in and say hi to him on my way there and hang out with him until it's time to go to the sleep clinic. And yeah, because I have to be there. I have to be at the sleep clinic at like 8 at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, something like that. Yeah, and I don't like driving in the dark at night. So I might just see about, hopefully I can borrow the car, drive over to, drive out to his place, and then just leave the car at his place and have him drive me to the sleep clinic, and then pick me up, and then have him come pick me up in the morning. Yeah, something like that. I'm just thinking because of, like, it would depend on the day of the week, because when he takes Wednesdays off from work, which he can take any day he wants off work because he's the boss. It's his business. Sorry, I have to stop and count at the end of every row. Because, yeah, I need to do a chain of 5 at the end of each row. And that's like the first square of the new row. So this pattern, I think it's called the fishnet pattern. I have a book, Knitting and Crocheting for Dummies, I think it is, or The Complete Idiot's Guide to Knitting and Crocheting. One of those two. I can never remember which, and I just don't feel like getting up and digging around for it. But yeah, this pattern is in the book, and I came across the pattern when my ex and I were living in the apartment. And we had just, like, literally, like, just moved into the apartment. We were sleeping on a futon mattress on the floor in the bedroom. We had a couple of lawn chairs, we had a couple of lawn chairs to sit in the living room. Yeah. And we were using a storage tote with a board on top of it as a table. And we had, like, sliding glass doors that led out onto a patio. No curtains. No blind. And it was like our first night or our second night in the place, in the apartment. And laying in bed, my mind was just all over the place. I couldn't get to sleep. All of a sudden, I thought of this pattern that I had come across in that book. And I thought, perfect. I will make curtains from that pattern for the patio doors. And so I thought, he was sleeping, so I snuck out of bed and went into the living room and sat down, found the pattern in the book, and grabbed a crochet hook and yarn, and I started working on it. A couple minutes later, he comes out and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I couldn't sleep, so I'm making some curtains for the patio door." "Oh, okay." "You gonna come back to bed?" "In a bit." "Okay." Yeah. It took me yeah, had a lot of time on my hands at the time, and I had the curtains made in like 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks. But it wasn't just this pattern. It wasn't just this. I also finger knitted rope, like long chains with around my fingers. I'll make one day on video here to show you. But I made a whole bunch and I wove them through. So they went from the bottom, they went up, and they were so long they went up and then down. So one rope did 2 rows, and I did the entire curtain. The thing was massive. It was actually too big. It was like it was massive. I went a little overboard. Yeah. And then it was a matter of actually, when it was all done, it was a matter of actually hanging it up. And, yeah. That didn't get done right away. No. I think it sat for about a month. Yeah, before he finally decided to put it up. In the meantime, we were using a camouflage pattern tarp as a curtain. Yeah. We lived in that apartment for 3 years. And the whole 3 years, except for the first month, my curtain, the curtain that I made, was there. When we moved down to the apartment, yep, took it with us. It actually filled a laundry bag. And it was still in that laundry bag when I moved out last year. When I left him last year, it was still in that laundry bag. Yeah. But it's like, there's no point in doing anything. There was no point in doing anything with it. I couldn't reuse the yarn. Couldn't hang it anywhere. Could have hung it in the living room or in the dining room, but the landlord would have whined and complained about it. But it was like massive. And stunk to high heaven of cigarette smoke and weed smoke, because we were allowed to smoke in the apartment. Yeah, we were allowed to. Smoking was allowed in that building, and we both smoked cigarettes, and he smoked weed. The devil's lettuce. Yeah, and then so yeah, it just sat in that laundry bag for the next 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, 7 years, 6 years. Yeah. But yeah, I just whatever. I really enjoyed making it. That's for darn sure. I love making things with my hands. Obviously. Diamond painting, crocheting, knitting, cross stitch, scrapbooking. I haven't done any scrapbooking in years. Not since I moved back to BC from Ontario. And that's, oh my goodness, that's going back quite a few years. Yeah, my son was like a year old and my daughter was like 5 years old. When my oldest daughter, Wolfie, and I moved back. So she would have been like 16. Uh, Something like that. 15, 16, something like that when we moved back from Ontario. Um, yeah, something like that. And yeah, we ended up we stayed when we first got back. We to BC. We were staying with my dad and my stepmom, and we were there for like a week and a half, something like that. And then she and I got into a big fight, and she kicked me out. So I had an apartment lined up for Wolfie and I, but it wouldn't be available until the end of the month. And so when I got kicked out, she of course came with me, and we ended up going and staying at the women's shelter. Uh, so yeah, we ended up sharing a room there, and we each had our own bed, it was awesome, sharing a room and no stress staying there. The only problem was, well, there were two problems. One, I couldn't have the cats in the house, which in the inside, which was fine. They just stayed in the van. And they also weren't allowed in the house at my dad's either. But Wolfie wasn't allowed to be at the house at the women's shelter without me there. And I was taking a class at the community center every day to help me with getting a job. If I remember, yeah, to help me get a job at the community center or at the college. No, wait. Oh goodness, I can't remember now. No, yeah, it was at the community center. And because that that didn't end until like half an hour after she got out of school, my dad would pick her up from school because she was going to school just down the hill from his place. And so he would just go pick her up from school, and then she'd hang out with him for a half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, until I got back to the house, the women's shelter. And then my dad would bring her over. Now, legally, he was not supposed to know where this place was, but of course he knew where it was. Because it's a small town, and, well, my dad, he knows he knows people everywhere. And so they were okay with my dad knowing, because my dad's just that kind of person. But anybody else, no, men were not allowed to know where this place was, of course, for safety reasons. But yeah, he would bring her over and drop her off, and yeah. And with being there, I could get my laundry, I could get our laundry done. And one day I pulled out my scrapbooking supplies and sat at the dining room table there and did a bunch of scrapbooking. And honestly, that was the last time I ever did do any scrapbooking, because just didn't have room, didn't have a place set up anywhere where I could do scrapbooking, until her father and I got together and we were living in that apartment, and I had a nice sized desk, and I might have tried doing some scrapbooking. Yeah, I think, or I did something else instead, actually. Yeah. I did a lot. I've dabbled in a lot of different crafts. I hope you're still in screen. I have no idea how long I've been yakking your ear off. Watching me crochet the same white color. Yeah. It's crazy. I have a hard time trying to think of things to talk about when I'm diamond painting, but I've been yakking non-stop since I hit record while crocheting. Although I think I am gonna have to end the video because my tailbone is starting to hurt. It's going numb. I have a bad tailbone. Childhood injury. Yeah, maybe I'll tell you about it sometime. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, and my right arm is starting to get sore, so yeah, definitely. That's it. That's it. Alright, so I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!